welcome to our webinar. Don't forget to register there on the QR code. So take your phone, put on your camera and go over it. Because today we have a webinar about mobile security for Android applications in CI/CD. So the webinar will be about this, but also the course, and this course will be free. So don't forget to scan it and take your chance to do the free course for 2 weeks. Yeah, we already did it. So this is a re-round because we forgot to push the record button. So normally we had today 58, now 28 people in the webinar. But yeah,
it was 59 actually, I think, or
it was really nice. But for the replay, we do it again, but just the two of us. The agenda for today will be, we have an introduction. So I will introduce myself and Antonia as well. And also, who are we as a company, of course. Then we will jump to the basics of Android mobile security. So really dive into like the starts. And after that, we will go to we go more in depth, and we go to the mobile security for Android application in CI/CD, so really the core. And after that, we will wrap up with a Q&A, but there are no participants right now. So I will redo the questions who are asked in the live webinar. So yeah. Who are we? Well, my name is Petra de Niet. And in English, you can translate it to Petra de Not. It's funny, but it is Petra de Niet. And I am a partnerships marketing manager at DevSecOps Academy. Soon will be rebranded to Everable. In the past, I owned my own development company. And we are specialized at front end, or it still exists, but I'm not owner anymore, of course, because I work here. But we did front end, we built websites, and we did also some security. Yeah, that's me. Over to you, Antonio.
Yes, my name is Antonia Denkov. I am still a student. I'm studying software engineering and cybersecurity. I was recently an intern at DevSecOps Academy, where I created a course about mobile security on their e-learning platform. That's about my short background to this point.
Thank you. So who are we? Who is DevSecOps Academy? Well, it's in the name, of course. So, our aim is to make you hands-on in secure DevOps as soon and effectively as possible. And we will do that with concise courses, which fits in your busy agenda with the minimum amount of theory. So you can start as soon as possible with our hands-on lab, so the practical side of the course. How did we build this? We built this course powered by a community from experts, and they come from all over the world, and they joined through our fellow program. So that's how we do that. So after the course, I already mentioned it, or after the webinar, sorry, I already mentioned that you get free access to our course, Mobile Security for Android Applications in CI/CD. So you have just 2 weeks to do the course for free. After the 2 weeks, it will be closed off and you have to pay. So be sure you start on time. So today it's February 2 and it will close at February 16 at 4 p.m. Like I mentioned, today we will discuss mobile security for Android applications in CI/CD. And if you look to the loop, it's next to vulnerability management and static application security testing. So it's in the test phase. And yeah, then over to you, Antonio.
Yep. So let's begin with some Android app security basics.
Yes.
So Android provides built-in security features that significantly reduce the risk of security issues coming up. The system is designed so that developers can build their applications with the default system and file permissions, and they can avoid having to make difficult security-related decisions. However, it's important to follow certain best practices during development in order to avoid introducing security risks, which could happen at any time. An interesting fact is, according to a 2020 mobile security report done by MSI, 43% of organizations often overlook mobile app security in the race of launching their mobile applications sooner. Now let's cover some major security threats when it comes to Android apps. So the most common security concern for an Android app is whether data saved on the device is accessible to other applications. Unreliable data storage can lead to data theft and severe financial challenges as a consequence. Another one would be secured network transactions. Network transactions are inherently risky for security because they involve transmitting data that is potentially private to the user. Therefore, it's important to keep user data secure at all times by following some networking best practices, such as using HTTPS over HTTP, making use of encrypted communication with socket level SSL, and etc. Another one would be insufficient input validation. And it is one of the most common security problems, in fact, which can lead to injection issues, buffer overflows, and other memory-related problems. Handling user data inadequately can also be detrimental. In general, the best approach for user data security is to minimize the usage of APIs that access sensitive user data. If you have access to such data and can avoid storing or transmitting it, don't store or transmit it. Another interesting fact is 14 top Android applications downloaded by more than 140 million people in total are leaking user data due to Firebase misconfigurations, according to cybernews.com. Even if you make use of best coding practices, though, vulnerable code can still be introduced and often overlooked, especially when you're building big, complex applications. Therefore, it's important to security test your application as you are developing it. And this can be achieved by integrating SAST and DAST into your software development lifecycle. And in the next slide, we'll discuss exactly this.
One sec, Antonio. We had a poll in our live webinar, and maybe it's nice to discuss it shortly. We asked the following question. Does your company have automated security testing for mobile applications implemented in Android, iOS, or both? And the options were yes, no, working on it, and not a priority.
Not a priority.
Yeah. And 33% of our attendees said yes, 38% said no, 18% works on it, and 13% said it is not a priority. And we short discussed together why should it be a priority, because it's really important. And you said why. Can you repeat that?
Yes, of course. So static application security testing, as I said, is implemented early in the software development lifecycle, and as such, it can help you mitigate vulnerabilities as you are developing the code, rather than leaving them to build up and then mitigating them all at once, which could be time-consuming, and it could also often lead to overlooking some of the vulnerabilities, as they are quite many usually.
So it's very important that we don't forget this to do and to implement. So be aware of it. Okay, thank you. Take it away.
Of course. So let's begin with some explanation of what SAST is and how you can apply it in order to improve Android app security. So SAST stands for Static Application Security Testing, and it is a white box method of testing. It examines the code of a given app to discover security vulnerabilities and their exact location in the code. It could also be used as a software quality assurance tool. It is applied early in the software development lifecycle, which makes it easy to mitigate security flaws as the code is being developed, instead of leaving them to build up and then begin fixing them in the final development phases of your application. And now let's discuss some also DAST and what are the differences between both. DAST stands for Dynamic Application Security Testing, and on the other hand, it is a black box testing methodology, which evaluates applications from the outside in by attacking an app like a malicious user would do. Therefore, it does not require access to the source code of the application, and also it occurs late in the software development lifecycle. Other differences are that it cannot determine the location of the security threats, and it is also more time consuming than static application security testing. There are numerous tools which are capable of performing SAST on web applications. However, this number is limited when it comes to Android apps. Out of the available open source tools, MobileSafe is the most capable option that is still actively maintained until this day. And of course, there are also commercial tools available. Most likely, you know the pros and cons of using open source versus commercial tools. Open source tools like MobileSafe are more accessible as they are free, and also they are supported by a large community, they can develop into some very good tools in the future. In contrast, commercial tools like Veracode and Fortify can be expensive, but they generally provide faster scanning times, and they can also deliver less false positives. And if you want to learn more about SAST, then you can dive into our mobile security course for Android apps. And then some information about the course itself and the mobile security for Android apps in CI/CD pipelines course. You will dive into the fundamentals of SAST scanning an Android application and then analyzing the report that it outputs. By completing the course, you will learn how to By completing the course, you will learn how to firstly implement static application security testing into a CI/CD pipeline. Then you will trigger a scan and assess the report that it outputs. And then finally, you will mitigate some of the vulnerabilities that you have discovered in the process. In the course, you will be completing a preparation lab, which will introduce you to the course and its main concepts, which are security in the software development lifecycle, SAST, MobileSafe, which is the open source tool which you will be using to evaluate your application security. And we'll also discuss some mobile security standards. After you're done with the preparation lab, you will complete a quiz which will verify whether you have obtained the necessary knowledge to continue with the hands-on lab itself. And in your hands-on lab, you will work with MobileSafe in order to obtain the aforementioned learning objectives. So now let's give the floor to Petra once again.
Yes, thank you. To wrap it up a bit, we give you access to the course Mobile Security for Android Application in CI/CD for 2 weeks, 15 days. We have a preparation lab, which is really about the theory side. And after you do that, it's around 30 minutes. You can go over to the hands-on lab, the practitioner lab. If you can go one back. Oh, no, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, you can go on to the next. This practitioner lab is open for just 3 hours straight. So you don't have like breaks. You cannot leave the computer or switch it off and come back the next day. You just have 3 hours straight. So be sure that if you start the hands-on lab, that you really can finish it in 3 hours. After, it will be destroyed and there's no lab review available, or you cannot request it anymore. So be aware of that. Also, there's automated checking. So you have direct feedback, which is really nice. If you're stuck, we have hints and solutions available. And if that doesn't help, we also have support available. Our colleague Vidya is happy to help you. And also retries in the events are, of course, possible. If you complete the course, please fill in the survey. That will help us a lot to improve the course and to make it better, of course. And that said, also not everything is perfect yet, and we're working on that. So that's also why the survey is very important to us. So don't forget to do it. And most importantly, you are learning, you're making steps forward. So have fun, enjoy the ride, and just have a great run with the practitioner lab. After, you have a certificate, of course, a practitioner certificate with your name on it, signs, everything, signature, sorry. And the beauty of this is that you can put it on your resume, and even better is that you can put it on your LinkedIn. So you can show your network that you are certified right now in mobile security. Questions? Well, there's no one right now, so I think it's nice to go over the questions we had in the webinar. And I think that the question who really pops up was, do you need like some base knowledge to start this course?
Yes, so basically the course is ready for beginners. The only knowledge that is advisable for you to bring to the course is just some basic programming knowledge in general, not specifically in a specific programming language, but in general. And you don't need any cybersecurity knowledge, nothing like that. It is also advisable though that you know how to work with GitLab and with GitLab pipelines, but that's about it, nothing special.
And that was also another question. Do we need, or do I need cybersecurity knowledge to do this course? And you answered, no, that's not required. We guide you through this and make a start in the cybersecurity. There was also another question about the programming language. What kind of language do we use in this course?
So in the course, Java is used. The application that you will be scanning and also fixing vulnerabilities on is built in Java.
Okay, thanks. And I think the final question was, do we use SAST or DAST? There was someone.
Yeah, so the course exclusively covers SAST, and DAST is not a part of the course. So you will be performing a SAST scan.
So static testing.
Static application security testing.
Yeah, that was it. Thank you. Okay, if you have some other questions popping up during this replay, please drop us a line in the YouTube comments. Don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Insta, everywhere. So we can engage and help you with your journey in the security world. And thanks for watching. Also, Antonia, thanks for sharing your knowledge about this course and for your time.
Of course, I also thank you for your part of the presentation. And I want to advise the attendees to do not hesitate to register on the course and test it as soon as you get it for free only now. And now is your chance.
Now is your chance, yeah. I don't know, in the replay, if you watch the replay during the two weeks, then you can do it. And after a couple of time, the February 16, it will be closed off. So then you have to pay for it, unfortunately. But that's not now. Now is 2 February, so you can join as well, even if you watch the replay.
And with this, we will be topping off the presentation. And thank you for your time.
Yes.
Have a great day.
And see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.